Okay guys, I'm just doing a quick video on ECUTEK. This is actually for my new friend Brad, and he's going to take over this car. So I wanted to make sure to document how to update to new ECUTEK map essentially, and sort of what all the pieces are, how to log. I'm not going to go through the install process or anything of that sort. That takes some time, but I just wanted to make sure that once he takes over this car, he'll be able to communicate with the tuner and know how to log at least the data that's coming out of the car and install an updated map. All right, so the first thing is, I was just doing this a second ago. So here's the key. It's not on. It's hard to do this with one hand. Bear with me. There it is. So this is the OBD2 dongle that I'm using right now. It's the Bluetooth dongle, but I think there's another style that is not the Bluetooth dongle. So I'm just gonna plug this in. That's already routed all the way to the PC. And this is the desk key. This is kind of what makes all the magic happen with your ECUTEK. Without this USB chip thing plugged in, you won't be able to access any of, well, I'll show you. If you try to connect, it's going to say desk key not found. All right. So you can't even install the ECUTEK app downloader without that. So let's put this back in. Okay. So now it's now reading to the dongle and the desk key is in. So let's turn on the car. On position, accessory on position. And by the way, when you're first installing this in your PC, you'll need to download first this ECUTEK app downloader. So just search for that and download it. I don't think I have it open anymore. Oh, there it is. That's the URL. Hope you can see that right there. Okay, anyway, so you'll install that. You can't even open this exe file unless the desk key is in, if I remember correctly. So double clicking on the Pro ECU, which is the software, and that comes up now that we know that the key is in. And give it a sec. So you know that the interface is connected to the car because that turns green, if I recall. I'm not an expert, I've only done this a few times. When you first get emailed the file, well, I think your tuner is probably going to ask you to log, because in this case, this car already has ECUTEK. But your tuner is probably going to ask you to log. So how I normally do that is I open the last, well, let's say you don't have a history of what you last opened, what map you last opened. Then you go to open custom ROM file and search for that under ECUTEK ROMs and open that guy. And then that will show you whatever screen this is called. These are all the different data points that it's logging or that it has access to. So when you click on this icon, map access, then as that turns green, the progress bar, then my understanding is it's now connected to the car and actually reading live data. So if the car was on, all of these parameters like AFR and everything would be fluctuating. So right now it's connected, you're good, it reads the car, it reads the ECU. To log, you just click log file. So now everything is green up here, and now it's actually logging. So it's not logging any data because obviously the car is not on, but the car should be on while you're logging. To stop the log, you just click that again. Now it's red. I like to actually turn the connection off. So now it's not connected. And let's see. I'm pulling you away because I don't want you to see my files. Pardon me. I'm looking in the computer and here. Under ECUTEK folder, logs. These are the logs that I think I just created one of these right now, literally. So those are the logs that we just took. And then you would email this to your tuner, and he or she will then go through the tune and send you a ROM, which is in there. And this is a bin file. So then let's say you have this new bin. This one's essentially revision 14. So let's say you want to load it. So you would go to, let's see, I think I have to close out of this. Tools. I believe it was here. Detect vehicle, and then you choose it. I leave it at the default program engine ECU. Hit OK, and essentially you would, you know that right now it's pointed to revision 14, but if you want to open like a new one, you go to whatever latest bin file you have. I'm not going to do it now because it takes like, I don't know, 5 minutes or something in order for this to go. But what you then do is you click program ECU, and it will go through a bunch of steps and just let it do its thing, follow the prompts. And after that, it'll ask you to turn off the car, turn it back on, clear the DTC codes, which is essentially like, you know, having an OBD2 reader, clearing all your check engine light codes, and you should be good to go. So that's kind of it. It's fairly straightforward. I actually thought it would be a lot more steps than that. There's a bunch of other things here, like you can manually clear the DTC codes, and these guys, I'll leave it up to the YouTube videos to go through exactly what all these mean, but I haven't had to do any of that. I try to keep my involvement with this to a minimum because I actually don't. Here's the part that's kind of messed up. Owners don't have access to the tune file. Like, I can't go in here and, at least as far as I know, please someone correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I can't go into my recent ROM and actually manipulate these data and you know, correct my map. So if I want to pull a little bit of timing at, you know, X amount of load at certain RPM at whatever point in the table, I don't know how to do that because I don't have access to it. It would have been really rad if I did, but I suppose that's some liability thing. Anyway, hope this helped. And if anyone can help share any other tips and tricks, maybe you can post in the comments. That'd be great. Thanks.